The Blueface family drama just went from messy to downright explosive. Late last night, Carlissa Blueface's outspoken mother decided she had had enough of her own sister's thinly veiled shade. And when I say she came swinging, I mean she lit up social media with a response so raw, so personal, that fans are still trying to process what they just read. It all started hours earlier, when Carlissa's sister posted a cryptic Instagram story. Karma always spins the block. You can't hide from what you've done. She didn't name names, but everyone knew exactly who it was aimed at. Within minutes, the comments were flooded with people tagging Carlissa, telling her to check her own blood before the internet did it for her. But Carlissa, oh, she didn't just check her, she ripped the whole family curtain down. She went live, shaking her head, pacing back and forth, spilling decades of secrets that had never been spoken out loud before. From childhood grudges to ugly fights over money, nothing was off limits. And trust me, when you hear the things she accused her own sister of, you'll realize this isn't just about one shady post. This is about years of buried resentment finally erupting. And it's only getting nastier from here. To understand why Carlissa reacted the way she did, you have to understand that this feud didn't start last night. It's been simmering for decades. The Blueface family has never exactly been the picture of harmony. But the tension between Carlissa and her sister goes all the way back to their teenage years, when competition, jealousy, and old wounds began shaping every interaction. Carlissa has always been the loud, unapologetic one. The one who will say exactly what's on her mind, even if it scorches the earth in the process. Her sister, she's quieter. But according to Carlissa, that silence hides a vindictive streak that's just as sharp. Family insiders say. The real fracture began years ago over something that might seem small to outsiders, a disagreement about money from their late father's estate. The sisters couldn't agree on who was entitled to what, and instead of working it out, they both dug in their heels. From that point on, every holiday gathering, every phone call, and every mutual family event became a minefield. Fast forward to the past few years, and things only got worse once Blueface's fame skyrocketed. Carlissa, now in the public eye because of her son, had an entirely new platform to air her grievances, and she used it. Her sister, on the other hand, seemed to relish watching from the sidelines, letting Carlissa become a magnet for online backlash. But behind the scenes, the resentment grew. According to one family member, the sister felt Carlissa had abandoned the family's core values in exchange for chasing clout, while Carlissa accused her sister of being jealous of the opportunities fame had brought. So when Carlissa's sister posted that karma story, it wasn't just a casual dig. It's Carlissa. It was a declaration of war. The word karma struck a nerve because in Carlissa's mind, her sister had her own list of wrongdoings that she'd never been held accountable for. And that's why Carlissa's response was so nuclear. When she went live, she didn't just clap back. She unleashed years' worth of pent-up accusations. She talked about money that went missing after a family funeral. She hinted at an incident from years ago involving her sister and a close family friend that, according to Carlissa, could have ruined everything if people had found out back then. She even brought up their childhood, saying her sister had always been the type to smile in your face and stab you in the back. Kate, the live wasn't just explosive because of what she said, it was explosive because of how she said it. Her voice cracked with rage, her pacing was restless, and her eyes burned into the camera. At one point, she leaned in close and said, "You want to talk about karma? Baby girl, you're about to meet her face to face." Clips of the live immediately began circulating with fans split right down the middle. Some believed Carlissa was right to defend herself, especially since her sister threw the first public jab. Others accused her of taking it too far by airing deeply personal family business for thousands to see. But the part that really set the internet ablaze wasn't just Carlissa's accusations. It was a specific name she dropped mid-rant. A name no one expected her to bring into this family fight, and one that could tie the sister directly to one of the most controversial chapters in Blueface's career. The name slipped out mid-drand. But the moment Caressa said it, the energy in her live shifted. She leaned forward toward the camera, eyes narrowed, and practically spat the words, "And don't make me call Dion into this. You remember Dion, right?" The chat exploded instantly. Who was Dion? Why did the name sound familiar? Within minutes, fans started piecing it together, and the realization was explosive. Dion wasn't just some random person from their past. He was the man at the center of a messy, years-old incident that had almost derailed Blueface's career before it even took off. Back when Blueface was first starting out, Dion was a promoter with connections in LA's underground music scene. Rumors swirled that he and Carlissa's sister had been more than just friends, but the scandal came when Dion allegedly tried to pitch an event deal involving Blueface. And it blew up spectacularly. According to insiders, the deal fell apart because of personal issues, though Carlissa has long hinted that her sister's involvement was the real reason. At the time, Carlissa kept quiet in public to protect her son's budding image. But she never forgot now. In the middle of a heated response to a karma post, she was dragging that name out into the light. "You think I forgot? You think I don't remember how you put my son's name in the same room as a man who couldn't even keep his own business clean? You want to talk karma, baby girl? Karma's wearing your perfume?" The comments section was going insane. People were demanding receipts, begging Carlissa to elaborate. And oh, she did. She claimed her sister had been secretly dating Dion at the time and that their relationship had caused tension in the very circles Blueface needed to navigate to break into the industry. She accused her sister of playing both sides, using family connections for personal gain while pretending to be supportive. Then came the real twist. Carlissa hinted that Dion had receipts of his own. Better hope he doesn't open his mouth, because if he does, you're not just gonna have family drama on your hands, you're gonna have the whole internet in your business. And trust me, they won't let go. Let go. This wasn't just a clapback anymore. This was a threat layered in public humiliation, daring her sister to push back so the floodgates could open. Within an hour, Twitter was ablaze with hashtag #WhoIsDion trending. Old photos started resurfacing. Grainy club shots from years ago showing Carlissa's sister in the background of Dion's VIP section. One particularly damning picture showed the two of them sharing a drink in a booth while Blueface performed on stage. Meanwhile, gossip bloggers were in overdrive. One even claimed to have spoken to Dion directly, posting a blurred screenshot of their supposed conversation. In it, Dion allegedly said, "I got no problem talking if people keep bringing my name up. Just remember, I didn't start this." The timing was perfect and dangerous. If Dion really did have something to say, Carlissa's sister could find herself dragged into a wave of unwanted attention that she might not recover from publicly. But just when everyone thought this was about to turn into a Carlissa versus sister vs. Dion showdown, another twist surfaced. An anonymous tip to a popular T page claimed that Carlissa's son Blueface himself had already spoken to Dion recently, not to warn him off, but to ask questions. If that's true, then this isn't just family drama spilling into the public. This is Blueface himself potentially stepping into the mess, which means whatever comes next could be 10 times more chaotic than anyone expected. And if you think Carlissa's sister is going to sit quietly while the internet digs through her past, you don't know this family. Because hours after Carlissa's live ended, she fired back with something no one saw coming. And it wasn't just words. By the next morning, Carlissa's sister had clearly decided she wasn't going to let Carlissa control the narrative. Instead of going live to rant, she took a calculated, precise approach, and it hit harder than anyone expected. At 9:42 a.m., she posted a single photo to her Instagram grid. No caption, no tagging, just the image. But it wasn't just any image. It was an old, never-before-seen picture of Carlissa and Dion together at what looked like a house party. In the photo, Carlisa was leaning in close, laughing, while Dion whispered something in her ear. Her sister didn't have to say a word. The implication was obvious. If you're going to accuse me of being tied to Dion, then explain why you were cozying up to him too. The comments section lit up instantly. Fans were torn between believing the photo was just a friendly moment, or seeing it as proof that Carlisa wasn't telling the whole truth. Some even accused Carlisa of projecting, dragging her sister into a scandal to distract from her own connections to Dion. But that wasn't the only move her sister made. Minutes after the post went up, she shared a short 15-second Instagram story clip from what looked like a voicemail recording. The audio was muffled, but you could clearly hear Carlisa's voice saying, "Don't tell Blue about this yet, I'll handle it." The timestamp on the recording is the same year as the original Dion incident. The clip sent shockwaves through the gossip circuit. Was Carlisa protecting herself back then instead of her son? And what exactly was she trying to handle? Carlisa wasted no time clapping back. She claimed the picture was old, taken before she knew about Dion's issues, and that the voicemail was edited and taken out of context. But the internet wasn't so quick to let her off the hook. Screenshots comparing Carlisa's outfit in the photo to other party pics from that year confirmed the timing and made her defense sound shaky by noon. Dion himself decided to fan the flames. He posted a cryptic tweet, "Y'all arguing? Over a man who ain't said a word yet. Careful what you ask for." He didn't tag anyone, but everyone knew exactly who he was talking about. Meanwhile, Blueface's fans were split. Some were calling for him to distance himself from the drama completely, while others were tagging him in every post, demanding he clear the air about his connection to Dion and whether he'd been warned about him in the past. The situation escalated further when a major gossip blog claimed to have secured an exclusive sit-down interview with Dion. In their announcement post, they teased that Dion was ready to spill the truth about his history with both sisters and that nothing would be off-limits. This changed everything. Dion actually went on record. It wouldn't just be one sister's word against the others anymore. There would be a third voice, possibly armed with receipts, ready to confirm or deny every claim. Carlisa went live again later that day, her energy completely different from the previous night. She was still fiery, but there was a sharp edge of defensiveness now. She doubled down on her story, insisting her sister was twisting the truth and using old harmless pictures to make her look bad. She also hinted without confirming that she had her own recordings that could shut this whole thing down if her sister kept pushing. Her sister, of course, didn't back down. In a comment under one of her own posts, she simply wrote, "Release it, I dare you." The internet knew exactly what that meant. This wasn't slowing down. It was a game of mutually assured destruction now, and whoever spoke next could burn the entire family's reputation to the ground. By that evening, the feud had completely taken over gossip timelines. You couldn't open TikTok, Twitter, or Instagram without seeing side-by-side comparisons of Carlisa's live versus her sister's shady posts. Every clip was being slowed down, zoomed in, and dissected like it was a courtroom trial. Fan pages started releasing timelines, long threads laying out the history between Carlisa, her sister, and Dion, complete with old photos, alleged text messages, and even old Facebook comments from years ago that hinted at bad blood. One viral TikTok, now at over 1.3 million views, compared the recent leaked voicemail to an old live, where Carlisa mentioned keeping things from Blue to protect him. The creator paused the video dramatically and said, what exactly was she protecting him from? And was it really about him? Or about herself? The fandom was split into two camps. Camp Carlisa claiming she was simply defending herself from her sister's karma post, and that the old photo and voicemail didn't prove anything shady. Camp's sister insisting Carlisa had been hypocritical, trying to rewrite history to paint herself as the victim. And then there were the opportunists. Celebrity blogger Tasha K hinted in a live stream that she knew about Dion years ago, but stayed quiet because the tea was too hot to touch at the time. Other influencers started tagging Dion directly, daring him to tell his truth before the interview dropped. Celebrities couldn't resist weighing in either. Whack 100, who's known for his close ties to Blueface, posted a cryptic Instagram story. Family business shouldn't be handled on the internet, unless you're ready for the internet to handle you. That alone triggered a fresh wave of speculation that Blueface himself might step in soon. Even industry insiders were whispering. One unnamed PR rep told a hip-hop blog that if Dion's interview revealed anything truly damaging, it could ripple into Blueface's career. Brand partnerships, public appearances, even upcoming music drops might be affected by the family drama, overshadowing everything else. Twitter threads turned savage overnight. People were editing memes of Karlissa and her sister as WWE wrestlers squaring off in the ring with Dion as the referee holding a microphone. Others joked about karma being the real winner in all of this. Then, right when everyone was refreshing their feeds for new developments, Dion posted a bombshell to his Instagram stories, a screenshot of a text conversation, one that appeared to be with both sisters. The messages were short but chilling. Karlissa, don't say nothing until we talk. Sister, too late. He captioned it with 3 popcorn emojis and nothing else. That single post sent shockwaves. Why were both sisters in the same chat with Dion? And what exactly was too late? For was this proof they'd both been dealing with him directly, even recently? Speculation reached fever pitch. YouTubers were queuing up emergency live streams, TikTok creators were promising full breakdowns, and blogs were refreshing Dion's account every few seconds in case he posted again. And that's when whispers started that the interview with Dion wasn't just happening, it had already been recorded. And clips were about to leak. The first leaked audio from Dion's supposed interview hit the internet like a thunderclap. It was only 28 seconds long, but it was enough to set the stage for an even bigger storm. In the clip, Dion's voice was calm, almost too calm. As he said, "The thing people don't get is, neither one of them was innocent. Not then, not now." Then, there was a pause, and he added, "They both called me, same week, same reason. And if I show the proof, you'll understand why they're panicking now." It's that one line, same week, same reason, exploded into a frenzy of speculation. What could possibly have made both Karlissa and her sister reach out to the same man at the same time for the same purpose? And why would revealing it cause them to panic? Within minutes, the clip had been reposted hundreds of times. Twitter Spaces filled up with fans dissecting every word, trying to read between the lines. Some were convinced it was about money. Others swore it had to be tied to something deeper in Blueface's early career. A few whispered the theory that it involved a personal scandal that had been buried for years, something that, if exposed, could embarrass the whole family publicly. The real kicker? A blurred screenshot began circulating, allegedly from Dion's phone, showing 2 incoming call logs from the same date, one labeled Karlissa and the other simply Sis. The timestamp. Right around the time of the original Blueface Dion fallout years ago, this meant that bad blood didn't just come from petty family grudges. There had been a critical moment in their past when the sisters were both willing to deal with this same man they now accuse each other of being tied to, and whatever happened during that moment, it hasn't come out yet. Karlissa posted a short-lived later that night, visibly tense. She didn't address the audio directly, but she ended the stream with one ominous line. "If he plays that full tape, y'all are gonna see exactly why I cut people off, family or not." Her sister, not to be outdone, posted her own story minutes later. "Full tape. Let's play all the tapes." And just like that, the stage was set. The leaks have only begun. The interview hasn't even dropped yet. And already the internet is bracing for whatever Dion is holding back. If the rumors are true about what's in that full tape, this feud might not just destroy a family. It could blow open one of the messiest behind-the-scenes scandals in LA's underground music scene. One thing's for sure, when the next clip drops, The internet is going to lose its mind all over again. And now, here we are. A family feud that's no longer just about a karma post, but about years of hidden connections, buried receipts, and a man named Dion who somehow holds the keys to both sisters' deepest secrets. The audio leak was just 28 seconds, but it's already flipped the conversation completely. It's no longer a question of who's telling the truth. It's about how much truth either one is willing to let out before the other drops something worse. But here's the thing. What if neither one of them is ready for the receipts Dion might unleash? What if same week, same reason isn't just a hint, but a clue to a moment that could explain everything? This is where you come in. I want to hear your theories. Do you think Carlos is right, and her sister is just deflecting with old photos and edited audio? Or do you believe the sister's proof points to Carlissa hiding something major? And most importantly, what do you think Dion really has in that full tape he keeps teasing? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't hold back, because trust me, this story is going to get messier before it gets cleaner. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on all notifications, and stay locked in right here, because when that interview drops, whether it's tomorrow or next week, we'll be breaking down every single second of it. If you thought this was explosive now, wait until you see what's coming next. In this family, grudges don't fade. They detonate. And we're just getting started.